What's going on, everybody? It's Liam here, and welcome to today's video on the channel. And in today's video, I have a commentary for y'all, and I want to talk about the Wizard101 graphics in 2023. Now, I'm going to be comparing this to a lot of the modern game titles nowadays, and I am aware it's not a very fair comparison since Wizard101 obviously came out in 2008. However, Wizard101 is still a live service model to this day, which obviously is very impressive as it is. However, I really think, in order for Wiz to make a comeback and appeal to a larger crowd, I think they should really update their graphics to meet modern day standards, In the introduction there, you saw a lot of the newer games like Elden Ring, Hogwarts, stuff like that, Those are really good games respectively, and they all have really good graphics. If you look at literally any of your other game franchises right now, all of them have really nice graphics, and I personally think that Wizard101 could do a lot better in the graphics department. I know we all have that one friend where we're questing a Mushu together and you're just making fun of how the bamboo looks right here. It just looks so untextured and pixelated. It looks really bad. Now, before we even get into things, I just want to say I'm not trying to throw shade at the devs, really. Honestly, I'm not even sure if they have much control or say about updating the graphics or not, or if that's like a higher role in general at the company, but I'm not trying to throw shade at any developers here, or really anybody at KingsIsle for that matter. I'm just offering my opinion on why I think the graphics should be updated. Now, I don't know about you guys, but personally, for me, I've tried to get my friends into Wiz, and a couple of them have played and stayed. A couple played and left, tried it. Wasn't really their thing. And for the most part, a lot of my friends, the majority, I try to get them into the game. They do not like it simply because the graphics are just bad, A lot of graphics nowadays are a make or break for a lot of gamers in the market, and you can especially see that, nowadays everybody has all these like nice 4K, 8K TVs or whatever, like 80 inches, whatever, people want to play, games on a big screen and have them be very detailed and look nice. Now, Wizard101 isn't able to be played on a big screen to my knowledge, and also the graphics aren't good enough to be supported by, again, screens and stuff like that are supported nowadays to what people set their standards to. Now, obviously, I don't have any like data or tests here in this video. I imagine KingsIsle could run that by themselves and see, if players would actually play their game if the graphics are better. I'm just saying, at least from my end, majority of my friends I've talked to, people in my life, do not want to play Wiz because the graphics are just so far dated, And I really feel like technology the past couple of years has really took a very big jump, power creep, if you will, in a way. I do like that Wizard101, Wizard City, is updated. I think they did that 2 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But even the, remodel they did of Wizard City, it does look a lot better compared to the classic version. But even the new version compared to other games is like, it's a better comparison. You could kind of see what Wiz is going for. But I mean, in my opinion, it's still not enough. And if you think it's enough, I respect your opinion. That being said, though, I would like to see at least the first arc be, redone. I don't mind the new Wizard City we got a couple of years ago, but I really think having the rest of the first arc being remade to the same textures as we saw in Wizard City would extremely, be beneficial to the community. Now, for this video, I just had classic mode on. I didn't put it on until I actually started recording this video. Actually, it's crazy how different some of these things work. So again, props to the devs for KingsIsle for turning, what this was into, what the new game is, basically. It looks, a lot more colorful, a lot more saturated as well. Again, I am a lot more accepting of what this new Wizard City is. It's just still not, ideal in my opinion, but I really think the entire game should be held up to these standards, Like I said, talking about the Mushu bamboo there, a lot of people like to make fun of the bamboo when they think of Wizard101 graphics, dude? Or Crocotopia, right? Crocotopia, you think of like the sand and how like untextured it is, and you know, compare that to like, you know, Prince of Persia or something, and you know how nice their sands look in that game and stuff like that. Even the Prince of Persia that came out in like 2010, their sand dunes looked like really pretty cool, but Wizard101 sand dunes just don't look that cool, you know? So I really think there's a lot more resources that could be dumped from KingsIsle into the graphics department, in my opinion. Again, if you guys do not share this opinion, let me know why in the comments below. I feel like most people would just say they do not want it updated because it's an older game and they want the nostalgia, which is fair, but I feel like if you're trying to obviously capture an audience and get the game on a lot more traction, I think you are gonna that's gonna come from new players, and new players, right? The standard for gaming nowadays is so high, the bar is set so high. I really think they need to redo some of these resources. So to appease, obviously, old players, I think having classic mode on or off would be really good. If you like the nostalgic whiz, you know, turn it on. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I personally think from the get-go, for new players getting into the game, all the graphics should be set to like modern day gaming to keep them like, you know, enticed into the game. Then yeah, just for the older players as well, again, you have the option if you want to see the newer modern day gaming graphics or the older graphics from back when you were a kid. I think that makes both people happy, and in general, right, you keep your fan base that you have intact, and you're also appealing to a larger audience as well, marketing the game better and meeting that gaming standard. Now, I imagine KingsIsle has done some tests as to why people quit their game so early, or quit their game in general, and in my opinion, I think it's because the graphics, and I think it's the paywall. I could be wrong, you know, obviously I don't work there, they have their own data and stuff like that, but to me, I feel like it'd have to be that early paywall, and I think we have seen some success lately with the last, you know, 2 months and a half or so. You know, we had like free membership, I think, or something like that, going December, January, right? Now, February, I think Wizard City is free again. So I think they are seeing some success and realizing if, you know, they do make things free, more people are actually interested and they will play the game, you know? They're not just getting lucky. There are people who want to play a game like this. And I think there's many people out there that want to play a game like this, but again, the graphics are nowhere near the standard of gaming nowadays, you know? Even something as simple as this boat right here, this could look so much cooler if it was updated. Like, the textures, like, it's just so pixelated, you know? It could look so much more cooler, and personally, me, man, you know, I like Crocotopia, like the vibe of it. Not really a fan of like the lore and how basic it is, but I really think this world would look beautiful if it was updated to modern day graphics, you know? Even something as simple as the rope here and like the bridge, like it would look so much better if it were updated. Now, if we look at some of the newer worlds like Novus, obviously, once you get to this part of the game, it looks, you know, quite a bit better. You know, still not perfect, still like a little bit like, you know, I'm not sure what the word would be, like artsy or something. I don't even know if that's a word or whatever, but it's got like, you know, it's wizard flair to it, I feel like, and I just feel like, you know, some people want to have these, you know, textures be more updated. And a very important part when comparing you know, what they're using now with New Worlds to at the start is people are not going to make it to Novus. Majority of players that start out are not going to make it this far because, you know, the graphics are so bad for so long, you know? And we know this in gaming in the market nowadays. Graphics are a huge deal for a lot of players, no matter what game you play. So I really think there are a lot of people that just stray away from playing Wiz simply because of the graphics, you know? Whether they like the game or not, it's just like, sometimes the graphics is a make or break, you know, deal breaker. And yeah, I just think a lot of players aren't going to get to see, you know, the new worlds, like, you know, Lemuria, Novice. Again, they're not like still perfect in my opinion in terms of graphics, but they are way better than what we have in, like, you know, Wizard City and, you know, Crocotopia, Dragonspire especially as well. I guess what I'm asking for in this video would just be like a whole overall of the graphics, you know, in general. And I feel like for the first arc, the bare minimum, the graphics should be updated to obviously keep players in the game. Because I feel like once players make that commitment to membership and playing the game, and they play it more and more, I feel like, you know, once you get to Dragonspire, you're playing a lot, and you put all that time into the game, you're probably going to want to keep going, right? So, personally, man, to me, I think if they just updated the graphics and kept the players, you know, happy with it all the way throughout Arc 1, they would be more convinced to keep playing throughout the game. And obviously, that's what King Salt wants. You know, you want more people to max out a wizard, maybe multiple characters, you know, maybe make more pets. So I think this would only be beneficial to KI. Obviously, I do not know, you know, how their management works, what their priorities are, and stuff like that over there. I'm just a guy making a video about his opinion on the internet at the end of the day. But I really think this would be a great thing. I think a lot of players think this would be a great thing for the game as well. But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments below. If you made it this far, be sure to drop a like rating and subscribe. We're almost at 3K subs, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna head out of here. I hope you enjoyed.